every little thing that happens, I'm like hyper aware of, dude, is this going to set me off? Is this, and I've just ran out of the pills before.
Yeah.
And so like I've had 2 or days that I couldn't take one. And like, I can't even sit in a car and let my wife drive because everything going on around me is like just sensory overload.
Yeah.
So are you still on any?
No.
Dude,
No,
I envy you, man.
I haven't taken a pill since
That.
like Tylenol, nothing.
Really? Because you think that had something to do with it?
It's just a trigger, I guess. Like I won't touch pills.
See, I almost think like my day to day is pretty hectic. I mean, I'm typically working 2 or 3 jobs, running 4 or 5. And I think that if I wasn't on them at this point, like I'd like completely clean, I don't know how I would act.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's almost helping me through this like kind of hard time of trying to build things that I'm trying to build. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have a weird relationship with it. I'd love to get off of it just because I don't like it when I miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been camping before and I've realized I forgot them.
Oh, shit.
And you're like trying to get a prescription called in because I know tomorrow I'm gonna lose my shit if I don't have them.
Yeah.
And so, but it's like at the same time that like freaks me out that I'm that dependent on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
It's been so nice. Like, I just don't ever want to take them ever again. Like
Right.
that's why I go to therapy. Like, my therapist is a badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, he's not so much focused on like your childhood trauma. Like, I think he's asked maybe 2 or 3 times. And then it's just like, okay, well, basically like, okay, that sucks. How do we move forward from
Yeah.
here? Everything's just, let's move forward.
Yeah. Take that rear view down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who can we shout him out? Is that okay or no?
Derick.
Okay. We'll just call him Derick.
Yeah.
So you watch the podcast for therapy. That's cool.
Yeah, no, he said he was going to watch it, so he's going to be pissed. I don't know his last name.
We'll just call him Derick.
Derick works.
Yeah. So tell me about that, dude. What's your relationship with going through therapy? It sounds like you were doing it. You'd been doing it for a while. I've never been. My oldest brother, ex-military, it really helped him kind of get back into the normal life. My dad did it for a long time, and I don't think it was beneficial, but I think it was a him thing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your experience with it.
So I've done it twice now. I've been to 2 different therapists. The first one, it wasn't for me. Like, I've always looked down on therapy. Like,
Sure.
I'm not going to do that shit. Like,
We're manly men. Yeah, we don't do that.
I don't want to go talk to somebody. But now, like with her, it was just weird. Like, I don't like doing all the weird stuff. Like, close your eyes and imagine you're doing this. Like, if we're gonna talk, then just talk to me. Don't make me do weird
You
stuff.
want to do like an exercise?
Yeah, no. Like, Derick will give me like assignments, like try to be more open this week, more vulnerable. Today we were talking about because I've been called a piece of shit parent for moving away from my kids. But it's like, and it was the way he explained it, like, made so much sense to me. It was, well, when you were up there, were you there fully? No, I wasn't. Like, I was physically, yeah, I'm there. Mentally, my kids go upstairs and do their thing. I'm sitting downstairs. Like, I wasn't being a good dad. Come down, like, when I moved down here and they come visit, I start doing stuff with them. He's like, so you would rate from like an A to F scale, where do you think you were in Ogden? I was totally an F. But now, like, there's a lot more I could be doing with my kids, like hanging out with them more, doing like the little stuff with them. I would rate myself at like a B, maybe. He's like, okay, so how do we get to an A? Like, if my daughter loves makeup and nails and stuff, like, let her do your nails. Go hang out with your son, play video games. He's kind of grounded from them right now. But I get it. Like, there's a lot more stuff I could be doing with them. Like, I've taken them rock crawling and stuff like that. They love it. next week we're going to Duck Creek.
Nice.
So
That's my heaven, dude.
oh, I love it up there. It's every year on like around Pioneer Day we'll go up there.
Okay. Is it busy around Pioneer Day?
They used to do the Duck Creek days, but then they stopped. I guess someone bought the land they were doing it on, so they don't want to do it anymore. And then they were saying they were going to open it back up in a different area, but you'd have to get shuttled out there. It's like, oh,
yeah.
my family just rents out all the cabins in the village.
Sweet.
So there's just one big party all weekend.
Yeah, can't beat that, dude. We were going up there a lot, taking the Razor up. But it seems like with my wife and I's job at the time, you only had holidays off. Yeah. And then you go up there on a holiday and it's like 10,000 people on like a block, you know?
Oh, that road gets covered with people.
And we would just go camp like Mammoth Highway, just out in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And so we ended up buying me and my brother, my grandpa came together and bought an acre up there. And so now we just take the trailer up, leave it all summer. Dude, that's when I've got to unplug and get away, that's where I go for sure.
Oh, I love it. And then every year they have those badass lightning storms.
Yeah.
Every year we've gone up there and we just watch it hit the hill behind the village. It's badass.
Yeah, we did do one cabin up there. We had a bunch of buddies come together and rent one cabin. Like instead of going to Mammoth, turn left to go to Mammoth, turn right. And there's like there's that restaurant right there. I can't think of what it's called, but there's all those cabins behind it. Yeah. And so we rented one of those once. That's kind of our goal, is to get a cabin up there.
Retire up there would be so nice.
Yeah, there's a guy. So we're in like a subdivision area. We have, they're all half acres, and we have 2 half acres together. And one of the guys that has like kitty corner property to us is up there like 3/4 time. So until he can't get his truck in anymore, too much snow, and there's times when he can still drive his truck in, he's there year round.
Heck yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I freaking envy you, bro.
Oh, it would be so nice.
And he runs like a backhoe for someone up there. And so when he's up there, he's working, and then he comes back, stays in the cabin.
I'll have to go find this dude. Maybe he'll offer me a job so I can just stay up there.
Oh, Kenneth House is this guy's name.
Looking him up.
He works for the guy's name's pretty popular up there. It's I think it's Mike Kenner, I think's his name. Anyway, he has like a small excavating, from what I understand. I've never met him, but that's what they do up there. And I think the same thing. I'm like, dude, how cool it'd be to retire and be like the fire chief or something.
Oh yeah.
And you kind of have some responsibility, so you're not just twiddling your thumbs 24/7. But
my buddy's dad was actually a firefighter up there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that'd be so fun.
Oh, I was a firefighter when I was 17 and 18, just volunteering up where my mom lives.
Okay.
And it was cool. Like, I love helping people, but you see a lot of stuff you don't want to see.
I don't know if I could do that.
No, I don't do well with blood anymore. So,
well, there's on Navajo Lake, there's like the little convenience store with all the little cabins. They rent boats, kind of on the backs, like the far side of the lake. And I'm thinking like, that dude's got the gig. Because he just goes up there, he rents these boats out. He owns the whole thing, and rents it out, so he's making money the whole time. And I don't know the story on him for sure, but I was told that he like sold a bunch of stuff somewhere else. I'm assuming California. I don't know, and then just came here and bought that, and that's like his retirement.
That's awesome.
As he hangs out there, and
it's the same with I believe his name is James. He owns Eagle's Nest, all those cabins in the village.
Yeah,
that they have all those cabins. And then they have a rental shop for like razors and all that stuff. So it's like, why couldn't I get into something like that?
Well, I think for us, it's going to be the short-term rental game. I think we'll get 3-4 guys, buy a cabin, short-term rent it. Yeah. And then, you get a couple weeks a year each and then rent it. Other than that,
Airbnb type thing.
I think that's what we're going to try and do. The numbers up there, you kind of have to, you either have like a one bed. I've looked at all of this. You either have like, it seems like you have a 1 bed, 1 bath, 2 bed, 1 bath, something pretty small. Because then your purchase price is really low, and you can rent that and maybe break even at the end of the year. Which I mean, hell, you got a free cabin, right? So it's still not a bad deal. Or you have to go like full on $2 million, 5,000 square foot, 5-bedroom, like luxury.
Would be nice.
But then, dude, like I've got a buddy in Bryan Head doing that, and he has the number one property in. He's actually not even on Airbnb; he's on VRBO. Mm-hmm. He has the number one grossing property, and I mean, I don't know how many millions he's into his. I mean, he sleeps like 55 people.
Oh my!
Yeah,
it's like that house out in what is that, Stookie Farms?
Yeah, that's huge.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's same thing. But I think that's the way to do it. I think if you can rent it, make some income on it, or just not lose as much, if you don't break even, if that's not the goal, is to have something half paid for, that's great. Anyway, I think that's kind of where we're working towards.
That'd be awesome.
I've put a ton of work into our property, getting gravel, and we have a septic tank and a bunch of stuff like that. But I'm like, this is all a means to an end. We're just going to sell this property one day and go to a cabin, I think is what we'll do.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, I get lost on Duck Creek, dude. Like I said, man, that's my place.
I love it up there.